Hey guys, back again with some more race footage. This is AHRMA Round 1, 18 February 2023, Sound of Thunder 3 class at Roebling Road, and we're off. Got a good start. The bike that got ahead of me right here going into turn 1, he was last year's Sound of Thunder 3 champion, I believe. And then we've got the Hooters bike, and they were both really quick. I'm on my 2007 SV650. It's got a fresh top end on it, on the motor, built by Rob's Dyno Service. Waylon Dempsey was the engine builder. Super Sport legal, and down a little bit on the horsepower compared to some of the bikes that are in the Sound of Thunder 3 class. But the two bikes ahead of me, they're SVs as well. So we're cruising right along. I'm doing okay. I'm managing to kind of hang with them a little bit, at least keep them in sight on the first lap. And I managed to finish 4th place for this race. And I kind of lose track because we had a couple of other classes that were lumped in with us that were much slower. And around lap 3, you're going to see where we end up with a ton of traffic that we have to try and pick our way through. Turn 2, and the bike was handling really well. I just had all the suspension done. Rear shock was rebuilt by Olin's. The front forks were completely redone with new valving. It's got traction dynamic fork cartridges in it, and I had sent them down to Traction Dynamics, had them completely rebuilt. So the bike was handling really well. Motor was pulling good. Really had no complaints. So I'm running 1545, I believe, on the gearing. And again, 5th gear here through 9, up onto the straightaway, 6th gear, and then drop 2 going into 1, 4th gear. But the motor's pulling really strong. It's pulling right up the red line. This guy, I held it on a little bit longer, and then he just kind of slipped by me. And the other guy, he zipped by both of us on the inside. Turn 1's where you can make a lot of really good passes, because you can really go deep into 1. Again, up to 5th gear here. And then going into 4, you drop 1 and carry it all the way through, and then you upshift as you go into turn 9. And we're already coming up on back markers from the slower classes. And that kind of throws a wrench into things, because you've got such a closure speed and a performance difference. It makes it hard when you get into a larger group. At least to get through clean and manage to keep with the battle that you're currently having. So we're coming up, we'll shift 5th gear. Cruising right along up onto the main straightaway. 6th gear, hold it pinned. Down the straightaway. Oh, there goes Dan. Daniel Miller. Fast guy. He's on a late model SV, and man, he rides the wheels off of it. And Dan finished 3rd in this race, and I finished 4th. And there was some kind of a scoring issue because the The first and second place guys didn't even get scored, so they had to pay the $50 to be hand scored for the race. Because when I saw my initial results on my laps, I took second place, which had me really confused because I know the first two guys, they pretty much checked out. And I'm running into 1:23 lap times. And as you can see, we've got this big gaggle that we have to try and pick our way through. It really makes it hard when you're trying to battle with somebody to get around everybody. And then not knowing exactly what they're going to do. Are they going to stay in the race line? Are they going to, drift off or whatever? So I start reeling back in a little bit on Dan. Again, we've got some lap traffic here, some back markers from the other classes, and that you have to check up a little bit. So the bike was running real good. I did have it up for sale. However, Sunday, this is Saturday's races, round one. Sunday, my first race was on the SV, and I got tangled up with some back markers, tried to get around them, ended up running off the track in turn 3 at 100 plus. Couldn't gather it up, couldn't get it turned, and couldn't get it stopped. Ended up going down, and the bike didn't sustain very much damage. However, I did. I've got 3 broken vertebrae, and I'm going to be in a back brace for a little while. And the funny thing about it was, on Sunday, they called race 6, which was the Sound of Thunder 3 class with the other 2 or 3 classes that were in there with us. After the riders meeting, they called us off to the side because some of the guys were complaining about the slower classes not holding their lines and making it a little more dangerous out there, which it happened to me right after we had that meeting and we went out there for our race. It happened. So by this point, I'm not really sure where I'm at as far as what place I'm in for my class. There's just a lot of bikes. A lot of bikes were passing. I'm just basically keeping my head down and riding my own race and pushing as hard as I can. Here's an old CB750K here. That was a pretty cool bike. You can see the 750 motor there as I go by. And again, more back markers. And as you can see, they're kind of fading around on and off the race line. So I think this puts me in 5th position, but I'm not sure. And then I think somebody that was ahead of me runs off right here in 5, next to the last lap or the last lap. And that's how I got bumped up to 4th. But I love this track. Super smooth, tons of grip. You can pretty much put it anywhere you want on the racetrack and it's going to grip. starting to reel him in here on 9. Try and get a little bit of draft on him, and as you can see, you can get a pretty good draft. And I managed to draft by him back into 4th position and hold him off going into 1. And then we've got more back markers from the other classes that we have to pick our way through. As you can see, that cloud of dust on the right, I think that was one of the bikes from my class that went off here in 5, and that's what actually put me into 4th place. Still not a bad showing. Like I said, AHRMA, there's no split between amateur and expert. Doesn't matter what your riding abilities are, they put everybody together and out you go. And we're coming up for the checkered, and the race is over. So we'll take a look at my stats real quick, and then we'll finish it up. Alright, finished position 4 of 49, but that was the total bikes out there on the track. I believe there was 21 or 22 in Sound of Thunder 3. I did a 1:23.809, and my average lap speed, my best average lap speed, 86.769. So pretty good showing. First time running Sound of Thunder 3 class, first race of 2023 on my old 2007 SV650. Hey guys, if you like this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm. If you're out there riding on 2s, keep that shiny side up, rubber side down. And as always, have yourself a great day.